Let's walk through the complete process of working with the premium version indicator step by step. First, we open TradingView and go to our chart. Choose a financial instrument. In this case, we take Bitcoin as an example. We will take a pair, Bitcoin, dollar, which is traded on the Bitstamp crypto exchange, because this exchange provides the most complete historical data, which shows statistics over a longer time interval. Let's choose a custom time frame, for example 5 hours. This is a non-standard time frame, but we said that such time intervals often give a huge advantage over other players. Now we need to apply our indicator to the chart. Go to the Indicators menu. Item Invite Only Scripts. Choose the TheWaved Premium version. We click on it. It takes a little time for the indicator to apply to the chart. The more candles in the chart, the more time it takes to fully calculate the strategy. As soon as you see the signals on the chart or the bottom panel with strategy statistics opens, the indicator is applied. Let's set up the indicator. To do this, we will go to the settings. Select Style. Disable 2 items. This is only so that the inscriptions do not interfere on the screen. Go to the Properties item. We collect our commission, which we pay for the transaction. I'll put 0.075%. Click OK. Ready. Premium version indicator, active. Now we need to set up the signals that will come according to the strategy. To add signals, we open the bottom panel and click on the alarm button. It's called Add Alert. A pop-up window with alert settings opens. We enter the name of the signal so that it is clear to us which of the strategies sends the signal. Go to the Notifications item and configure the methods for receiving the signal that are convenient for us. We press the button, Create. Sometimes you need to wait a few seconds if you are adding a lot of signals. When the signal is added, we can check it in the right panel, in the Alert section. At the bottom of the right panel, you can see a log of signals that have already been given by different strategies. We applied the indicator with standard recommended settings. But all the power of this version, unlike the Pro and Master versions, is in the additional parameters that you can now control. These parameters not only create a wide range of creating your own strategies, but also allow you to perfectly fine-tune the conditions for entering a trade. This will take your investment and trading to the next level. Let's move on to the indicator settings in the Inputs panel and look at them in more detail. Long Take Profit setting. This setting allows you to clearly limit the take profit signal, a long position. Let's look at examples of how much the strategy statistics change when we change just one setting. With the default settings, our strategy has been 798% profitable all time. But what happens if we put a take profit at 200%? Now our strategy shows already 980% profit. What does it mean? This means that we hold the position longer and do not close until our profit reaches 200%. Of course, in this case, we want to bet both 500 and 1000% of the profit. Let's try to put 500%. We see that the profit has risen to 1,884%. Trying to put 1,000%. and we raised the profitability of the strategy to 2,435%. These are excellent indicators, but we must not forget that not all assets will grow with such a record progression, and the average growth is much less than 500%. We need to look at another strategy parameter. This is percent profitable. At the moment, it is 26%. What does it mean? This means that 26% of the signals are closed with a profit. But the main thing is to look at the profit factor parameter. It shows how much you get if you win a deal. Now he is 6.19. This means that if you win, you get 6.19, and if you lose everything 1. So, in 73% of all trades, you lose 1, and with 26% of winning trades, you get 6.19. This math in the long run will greatly increase your capital. Let's move on to the parameter settings. Long stop loss. This parameter limits our strategy loss and also greatly affects the statistics. Let's return the settings to the original ones and try to change this parameter. We put a long stop loss at 5%. It would seem that limiting the loss to a smaller side should lead to more income, but as statistics show, this is not at all the case. The market is manipulative and short stops lead to big losses. With this change, our strategy profit decreased from 805% to 708%, the number of trades doubled, and the percentage of winning trades fell to 11.6%. With the parameters short take profit and short stop loss, a complete analogy, but for short positions. By changing this setting by 1%, you can experiment and get great results. By changing these parameters, you can construct many different strategies, having the technical and mathematical advantage of the indicator and VSA patterns. In order to understand this, let's set the settings similar to what we throw a coin, and the results we get are 50-50. To do this, we set all the settings of these parameters to be the same, for example, 30%. And turn on the input by VSA patterns. We see that with risk and reward 1 for 1, we have a mathematical advantage of 12.5%. Let's make the parameters with a value of 50%. And we already have a 14.74% advantage and a total profit on the strategy of 913%, and the percentage of profitable trades has risen to 64. Over a long period of time, a small percentage of the advantage turns into a huge capital. Let's look at another example, which is quite hard to believe, but nevertheless true. You can set up strategies on any time frame and achieve up to 100% profitability of signals. For example, if we want to increase the percentage of profitable trades, but trade more often and in shorter trades, we will take a 5-minute time frame and set up an indicator. Set the short-term strategy settings, take profit, 1%, and stop loss, 10%. This is surprising, but the indicator worked out 36 trades in 1 month and closed 94% of them in a plus. 36 transactions is an excellent figure for statistics. You now have in your hands the most powerful tool for professional trading and creating your own successful strategies, which will give you an edge in the markets over other traders. If you work with large capitals, play with debt, and you are interested in investments and the best moments of entering the market, see how the indicator can help you. Let's move on to the weekly time frame and see what signals it gave us for the instrument. On large time frames, of course, we need to change the settings of the strategy parameters. Let's increase profit up to 250 or 1000%, and stops, in long and short, up to 30%. Let's add an entry to a short position by VSA patterns. On large timeframes, sell patterns work great and you can see it on the chart. They look like red triangles on top of the candles and you can see how soon the price starts to move in the direction of the signals. They show pressure from the seller and that he is starting to outperform the buyer. This gives a clear expectation of a trend reversal. It remains only to wait. Take profit on short. It is not recommended to bet more than 30%. When making decisions on a weekly time frame, since 2014 you would only need to make 12 trades. And as we can see, the last signal also fulfills itself perfectly. The income from the strategy on the weekly time frame for this period is 1,877%. Now let's move on to the most powerful tool, VSA signals. VSA buy signals look like green, pink and purple triangles at the bottom of the candle. They signal that big money is in the market and are ready to move the price in the direction of the signal. You can see how buy patterns work on larger timeframes. Look at the signal in March 2020. When the signals go one by one ladder, it means that the long position by the big player is collected in parts, but soon there will still be movement in the direction of the signal. Very often, such signals give a local rebound and are quite suitable for medium-term counter-trend trades. VSA sell signals look like red triangles on top of the candle. The logic of sell signals is completely opposite to the signals for a long position. They signal an imminent reversal of the asset down. On small timeframes, they happen very often and one after another, since the position is distributed not in one place, but is distributed in time. This is necessary for big players in order to quietly turn around in their position and not show it on the chart. And the most interesting moment on large timeframes are the most powerful signals on VSA. To configure them, we put it in the options. Number 4 are the longest term patterns in short, and number 5 in long. This means all patterns. And we increase the profit for long and short up to 10,000% so that the strategy holds the position until the signal. Thus, we get the global reversal points of the financial instrument trend. If you watch analytics from the most advanced Bitcoin financial experts, compare their forecasts and indicator signals. You can see everything on the chart. We want to warn you that on different assets, these signals can be on different timeframes. This means that it is necessary to look at situations not only on the daily or weekly timeframe. Very often, they are given on intermediate or non-standard timeframes. For example, we can open Tesla shares and see an example. Let's open the weekly timeframe and see that the VSA signal for shorts worked perfectly. But if we open the daily chart, we will see that the last signal to buy was given exactly on it and in the same way gave a capital gain of almost 100%. Set up signals for different timeframes and get a complete picture of the market. You can read more about VSA signals on the website, in the questions section. Another powerful feature in the premium version is the automatic levels. They look like lines drawn forward from the situation they are based on. Levels work on all timeframes, but on large ones they are very important price points, from which large movements are possible. In most cases, they work, both for a rebound and for breaking through. More details about the levels, you can also look in the questions section and in the user manual. Let's talk about the main differences of the premium version. The first additional version setting is the moving average filter, minimum, medium and maximum moving averages. In this version of the indicator, you can block the entry into a trade using a triple MA. This means that entry into a long position on a signal will not come until the price crosses all three moving averages and is below them, and to enter a short position, the price must rise above all three moving averages. This condition is added to the main conditions of the strategy. Each of the moving ones is highlighted in its own color and you can change them as you wish. Let's go to the style settings. The top 3 items enable and disable moving averages on the chart. Turn them on and try to change the settings. Let's set the maximum MA to 466. We see that the statistics of the strategy has changed and the profit has increased from 798 to 817%. Let's take a look at this option briefly. If we change one of the moving averages, we see how buy signals are filtered on the chart. This is a huge field for experimentation and fine-tuning each of your strategies. Let's move on to the next setting, the percentage of the moving average. Let's go to the style settings, turn off the MA triple and turn on the visibility of our parameter. We see a blue area on the chart. This is the filter by deviation from the moving average. Signals will not be given until the price leaves this area. In our settings, the value is 2. This means that in the strategy, a long position will only be entered if the price falls below the moving average by 2%. The same goes for short entry. For a short signal, a condition is added that the price must deviate upward from the moving average by at least 2%. This condition is added to the main conditions of the strategy. Let's look at an example. Now we want to identify assets that have fallen a lot and find entry points to buy at a big discount. Let's go to the daily time frame and set the deviation from the moving average at 40% and profit at 1000% and stops at 30%. Considering that we need this condition only for entry, we will only look at buy signals and not pay attention to statistics. Let's look at Bitcoin. Apple stock. Tesla stock. S&P 500. Brent crude oil. TripAdvisor stock. Car Gurus, Inc. Momo stock. Dollar to ruble exchange rate S. For bank stock. VTB bank stock. Snapchat stock. And also on thousands of other assets, you will get the best trade entry points. Let's open the settings panel. The next new setting is the control of RSI and MFI parameters. By changing them, you can limit the signals by the parameters of these indicators. Let's reset the indicator settings to the original ones, turn off the names of the signals and try to change the RSI settings. We put them on 38. We see how the number of signals decreased and they began to be given only on large price drawdowns. This setting for the trader will allow setting up very successful and specific strategies, especially counter-trend ones. And for an investor, to find ideal points for entering a financial instrument. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame and open the settings panel again. Let's look at the setting, volume, lines on-off. This is turning the levels of increasing volume on and off. Volume 10 is a multiplier. If volumes appear on the market that exceed the average by your multiplier, then the level is marked on the chart with a translucent line. Often, these are very serious levels for the price. Let's enter the parameter 5 and look at the graph. We see that there is one level and it was just the rebound of the price. In addition, it coincided with the VSA buy signal. When you see such lines on the chart, you can trade many strategies to break through or rebound from these levels. There are also separate settings for the RSI and MFI parameters for this parameter. Design your successful strategies with detailed customization. Now let's see how the indicator gives signals and how to make a real trades. Let's open a chart and get trading signals using the Trading View bar replay functionality. This function will enable us to see signals with a delay of one candle. Understanding the process of working with signals, such a delay does not interfere, because in real time, the indicator sends you signals instantly when a candle opens. We work on a 5-hour time frame, so one candlestick equals 5 hours. We launch the chart and wait for the first signal from the indicator. Upon receiving a signal, I will stop the chart and show the entry to the trade. When we receive a signal, we enter the position immediately from the same price. Therefore, we will always take the price of the signal as a starting point. So, we got the first buy signal. It looks like a blue arrow pointing from bottom to top. If you have connected your broker directly to TradingView, then you can enter a position directly from the trading panel. If your broker is not listed, then you enter the position from your broker's application. Now I will draw how our transaction will go. Where will the take profit exit be and where will we limit the loss and exit on the stop? You will see how the indicator in these places itself will give exit signals and you will receive them depending on which type of alert you have chosen. It can be an application, web version, SMS or email. Select the instrument, long position and place it on the chart. We set a profit target of 100% plus and a 15% stop order. This is how our deal will go. Upon reaching 100% profit, the indicator will send us a signal to exit the position. This can happen at any time once the price reaches the desired value. If the price falls below and reaches the threshold of minus 15%, the indicator will give a signal to exit the position, limiting the loss with a stop order. So, we entered a long position and now we are waiting for the next signal. Here the indicator gave us a signal to exit the long position. We close our position in the broker app or directly in TradingView. When profit reaches 100%, both take profit and stop signals are given immediately, without waiting for the candle to close. In the bottom panel of the strategy tester, you and I can see the strategy performance statistics. We see that this signal gave us a capital gain of 100%. This is a great deal, congratulations. After a successfully closed position, we rest and wait for the next opportunity to enter the trade. In addition to the main strategy signals, VSA signals are also marked on the chart in the master and premium versions. Now the indicator showed us a VSA signal to sell and the price dynamics is changing dramatically. If the entry is not set for VSA short, then the strategy will not give a signal, but simply mark it on the chart, as we see now. And immediately we get a buy signal again. Again, select the instrument, long position and place it on the chart. We set a profit target of 100% plus and a 15% stop order. In the process, we see how the price forms new levels and marks VSA signals that support the direction of our movement. This is a great sign, because the price is supported by big players. As we said earlier, there are many types of VSA buy patterns and they are marked on the chart as multicolored triangles. If we are already in a long position, then the signal to buy from the VSA will not come additionally, because we are already in a deal. It is not at all necessary to mark up the long and short positions on the chart. I show it only so that the process of the strategy and signal automation can be clearly seen. The market cannot be fully predicted because, like a living organism, it reacts to various events in the world. There is no place in it for standard planning models. You can only calculate the percentage of probability. Statistics and numbers rule the ball here. Therefore, in trading it is very important to have an edge. The TheWaved strategy indicator is the very advantage that will help you to be in the right place at the right time. And this is the only thing you need for successful investing. The TheWaved trading indicator is a tool that analyzes the situation on the market and gives real-time trading signals to buy or sell assets with maximum profit. It calculates market situations with unprecedented success and notifies you of the opportunity to enter a trade with minimal risk. You will be the first to know about the best opportunities in the financial markets, and it's up to you to take advantage of them or not. The indicator was created for investors and traders, and we will now look at the various possibilities that it can give you individually. By connecting the indicator, you will know about all the best asset situations that you should pay attention to. Where does the fall of the asset, buying which you can make good money? Where is the growth followed by the fall in order to close the position in time? And many other interesting points that have never been available to traders. You will also know all the movements in currencies, because your capital needs to be increased, and storing everything in one currency is not as profitable as it seems. You will learn what currencies to buy, what to keep, and how to diversify cash and non-cash funds, according to the signals you receive from the indicator. You will be able to compose and diversify your asset portfolio as much as possible. Signals will show you which assets it is profitable to transfer part of the capital now, which assets are better to exit, if any. The indicator sends signals not only to buy, but also to close a position when there is a possibility that the price of an asset will decrease. To do this, you need to put a lot of signals on your chosen issuers, and when there are trading signals for them, you can use this opportunity by buying assets at the best price. For large capitals, you can use indicator data that will show which countries and markets it is worth investing money in and when to do it. The indicator works on all charts, so by applying it to other markets, you can receive signals from any financial instrument and, accordingly, invest in the stock markets of any country. Also, it can be cryptocurrencies, futures contracts, and any other financial instruments. Now, having the TheWaved indicator, you can make forecasts more reliable than any financial analyst. When you receive signals on key financial indices, such as the price of oil or gas, exchange rates, and major financial indicators, This always leads to market situations that are worth paying attention to. On the chart, you will see how in the past the indicator's signals at large time intervals coincided with wars, pandemics, and financial crises. Trading signals remain on the chart forever, and you can track all this on historical data by applying the indicator to a financial instrument. When you receive such important alerts, you don't need to listen to anyone other than the indicator's trading signals, because they are based on market situation analytics, and not on simple basic strategies that are written about in books for thousands of people. All these people just on these books and trainings lose billions and feed big financial companies. So be on the side of the strong, and not in the general mass of losers. What does the indicator give for a trader? If you are a professional or a novice trader, you will appreciate our product, because you get a professional analyst in your team who does not make mistakes, as statistics for all financial instruments show. If you are just starting to trade, you will not need to spend time studying many types of analysis, giving money for useless courses, reading books about trading strategies that no longer work, and other info gypsies. You will only need to choose a trading style, depending on how much time you want to spend trading per day, set up signals and enter trades on them. For those who want to spend the minimum amount of time, there are large timeframes and powerful signals where you make a decision only once a day or a week. If you have a lot of interest in the process and plenty of time to trade, you can use smaller timeframes and receive signals at least every 5 minutes, which will make your interaction with the indicator a professional trading job. If you already have experience in trading, then you will need to see how powerful the analytical capabilities of the indicator are, such as automatic levels, entries on VSA patterns, indicator analysis, and others. Then you should understand 100% how much time you will save by having our indicator in your arsenal. No matter how much we test among professional traders, the mathematics of the indicator turns out to be stronger than any human decision. Take a look at the statistics that we have given on the site and all questions will be left in the past. You will see the same statistics when you connect it in your account. No professional trader or even a whole team can do as much correct analytics as one indicator configured for all the assets that you are interested in. Most importantly, the TheWaved indicator is applicable in all types of trading. If you use scalping in your trading, use the indicator on timeframes from 5 seconds to 5 minutes and get incredible trade entries. Yes, exactly 5 seconds. Have you ever tried to trade on such fast timeframes? And we have been doing this successfully for a long time with our team. When you use scalping, order book and clusters, try to combine this with trading signals and continue working on your strategy in the direction of the signal by adding an indicator to your working arsenal. Undoubtedly, the result will please you. If you practice intraday trading, then use timeframes from 3 minutes to 1 hour and you will get ideal entry points for intraday trading. For example, my team and I use our own strategy settings, which show up to 100% profitable signals on a 3-minute timeframe. If you specialize in medium-term positional trading, then you have found the perfect tool for you. Your timeframes are from 1 hour to 1 day. All of them come with powerful signals that will make your work as profitable as possible. All the statistics that we have published on the site are given on daily timeframes, and you can see how the strategy works for your type of trading on more than 80,000 assets over the entire period of the chart. Before moving on to an overview of the indicator's functionality, we want to give you a few recommendations. This will help you choose the version you need, adapt all the work faster, and start increasing your capital in comfortable conditions. Let's divide the recommendations into several types and consider each of them. Recommendation 1. If you do not know anything about the market and do not want to understand all the intricacies, the Pro version of the indicator is ideal for you. There are absolutely no settings in it and everything works automatically. You just need to add signals to financial instruments that you believe in and would like to invest in. For each of them, you will receive a signal when the strategy determines a profitable entry into the position. The moment you receive a trading signal, you will need to enter the trade. The strategy will also show you when to exit the trade. But you can fix the profit yourself if the earned profit suits you. Type 2. If you have free time and are willing to spend it on understanding the trading process, then you need to use the master version. After all, the understanding of trading mechanisms will happen only when you master the indicator settings, try to change them and see the difference. In the process of trading and using the indicator, you will understand the parameters of risk, profit. You will be able to customize your own strategies by changing the settings. The Pro version is also suitable, but only at the very beginning of your journey as a trader. This will allow you to feel more confident in the market. Type 3. If you want to devote a lot of time to trading, or already have experience trading on the stock exchange, then the Master or Premium version will suit you. In it, you can create your own trading strategies that can give up to 100% correct signals. In this case, the profit of your transactions will increase, and the risks will be minimized. By receiving VSA signals and watching how the price bounces from the level, you can see the market from the other side and understand how powerful the instrument is in your hands. Already an experienced trader and trading is your main source of income, the Premium version will suit you. It gives you the opportunity to work and develop in many areas, such as trader, financial advisor, investor, and financial analyst. Our team uses this version. It has thousands of variations and opportunities to make a profit and successfully manage capital. To master all the functions of this version of the indicator, it takes time and a detailed study of the user manual, but the time spent on this will pay off many times over. Let's get to the heart of the matter and talk about what makes the indicator so powerful. Candlestick pattern analysis. The first thing the indicator is based on is the candlestick pattern analyzer. Candle as a visual element of the chart displays the price of an asset on a given time frame. And candlestick patterns are historical patterns of the location of certain types of candles that can signal a predicted price change. The key word here is precisely, they can, since candlestick patterns work out only in 50% of cases. Therefore, in our indicator, we do not use the standard analysis of candle combinations, but combine it with many other types of analysis. Due to this, the maximum accuracy of the signals is achieved. VSA analysis and neuropatterns. Volume spread analysis is based on the dependence of the difference between the price of an asset at the opening and closing of a candle on the trading volume. It implements the principle of effort, result, where effort is the number of closed orders or volume, and the result is the size and shape of the bar. Unlike other types of analysis, VSA allows you to analyze how major market players behave. Smart money can manipulate the market to their advantage, and VSA allows you to predict the intentions of the players and the further development of the situation. There are many standard VSA patterns, and each of them is formed as a result of certain actions of large players. Although this is the most powerful type of analysis, standard VSA patterns do not work out in 100% of cases. We spent several years using a neural network to analyze hundreds of thousands of charts of financial instruments and find universal patterns that work out in the right direction with the maximum percentage. You won't read about them in technical analysis books or trading courses, but you can see their accuracy on any chart you choose. All these patterns are built into the indicator and marked on the charts in the Master and Premium versions. In the Pro version, the pattern is automatically entered, but it is not displayed on the chart so as not to load the user with information. In the TheWaved indicator, we use an advanced analysis system of standard indicators in combination with other trigger points. In this way, the positions that other players open are determined, and signals are given when the big player has already knocked out all the small players from the market. This is a very important difference from other trading indicators. We do not just trade on indicators, but use them to understand who and where we robbed in the market. And when a reversal is planned and the parameters correspond to the strategy settings, you get a signal. Standard indicators include RSI, MFI, moving averages, volumes, divergence, and many more. For example, RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is an indicator that determines the strength of the trend and the possibility of its change. It shows who is dominating the market, buyers or sellers, and whether their mood is bullish or bearish. The indicator is very popular among traders and analysts, largely due to the ease of interpreting its signals. With the help of RSI, you can see the overbought and oversold market, as well as divergence and convergence, indicating a possible trend reversal. There are many strategies based on the RSI, and when the critical values of the indicator are reached, you can see how the volumes increase and the players take their positions. Also further, you can watch how they lose them. We take into account such parameters in the indicator, and in some strategies we add their parameters to the decision on a trading signal. Another indicator is the MFI, or Money Flow Index. It shows the intensity with which funds are entered into and withdrawn from an asset and, in fact, shows the speed of price movement. It is similar in nature to RSI, but differs in that its calculation also takes into account the trading volume. MFI divides financial flows into positive and negative. Positive flows cause the price of a financial instrument to grow, respectively, negative ones to fall. There are also many strategies based on the MFI, as well as combining it with other standard indicators. RSI and MFI parameters can also be controlled in master and premium versions to design your own strategies. Moving averages, in turn, are one of the most common parameters that are taken into account in any kind of trading strategies. Reversals from MA are standard business. You can see this in examples everywhere. It is enough to include such basic Massachusetts 233, Massachusetts 50, and others. But these are only standards, and the indicator has built-in dynamic calculations and non-standard moving averages, which gives a huge advantage over other players. Volume analysis is a standard parameter that must be analyzed in any strategy. Volume shows the number of closed contracts per unit of time. By itself, the volume of trading does not affect the price of an asset. It affects the dynamics of volume changes and the direction of movement. If trading volumes do not change for a long time, then the price stays in one place. The movement begins when large volumes are injected into the asset. Volumes are analyzed in all versions, and in the premium version it is possible to set up volume analysis signals and filter by the percentage increase in trading volumes. These signals can show the main vector of price changes in the near future and add factors to the decision to enter a trade. One of the most powerful indicator feature are the automatic levels. You all know that there are support and resistance levels in trading. Many traders find support and resistance levels by eye, or line them up along the boundaries of the candles on the specific time frame they are trading, but this method does not give an accurate picture of what is happening in the market and requires training. When the price reaches the level, a huge number of traders get ready and take their positions when the price breaks or rebounds from the level. In our indicator, they have a clear mathematical analysis and are formed in situations where the position is defended by players. They are automatically marked on the chart and help the trader quickly and clearly understand the situation on the market. You will see that they work even on the smallest timeframes, and on large ones they are a serious forecast for the possible price movement. The levels put you in the perfect position combined with other factors. This option is only available in Master and Premium subscription versions.